Hello, ETF fans. Mike here with a quick hitter video for you. It's Monday, January 12th, which means all of our weekly recaps that we produce are posted now. Just as a note, a couple weeks ago, we started doing actually a full review of everything. So if you go to the last week in ETFs that we post each week, it'll be a quick summary of all of our 19 channels. And then from there, it'll be a link into the full recap for that channel. So great place to start to see if anything jumps out at you. A lot of things jumped out at me this week, a lot of interesting trends to start the year. But something in particular, I just noticed when you go into the cryptocurrency channel and go into the weekly recap, just been kind of back and forth. We haven't seen anything crazy going on in this space. It's just been kind of treading water. Over the last 90 days, if I scroll down here and go to our flows section, we have seen mostly outflows across Ethereum and Bitcoin, So in total, a little over 8 billion, 5.2 billion outflows in Bitcoin, 2.5 billion in Ethereum. But something that just keeps jumping out at me is been consistent demand in that altcoin space. So obviously we've been seeing a lot of new launches, which of course will be available to you in the league table reports as well as the AUM and flow reports. But we've been seeing that that growth in the altcoin. So, one of the questions I get is how do I see what coins are actually being tracked? So I want to hop into our member access platform and show you kind of a cheat code. Obviously, if you come to the ETF dashboard's digital assets, we group it up by our highest kind of composite level, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoin, and multi-coin. That's how we track it for you in those weekly recaps. But what if you want to dive in to the altcoin space beyond futures and spot price to see the specific token that they're tracking? Really easy to do. Just go into the database navigator tool and set a couple quick filters to dial into that digital asset space. So go to your filters column here, make it a little larger. I'm going to go into asset class, digital asset, and hit apply. Once I've done that, I'm going to remove all of my groupings, and I'm just going to add one grouping. So under our classification, the reason we have such a robust classification system is it allows you to really dive in and group ETFs and track trends where you want to see it, right? So if you're familiar with our classification system, the group section is one of the most detailed. And for crypto, for digital asset ETFs, this is where we actually identify the specific coin. So what you can see here is, 144 billion, 120 billion Bitcoin, Ethereum, then XRP and Solana both. If I go into XRP, 1.7 billion. The Canary XRPC ETF has 392 million. These are material dollar amounts across all these XRP ETFs. Similar if we go into Solana, BSOL is the biggest, about half the category at 732 million. But we can see GSOL, Rex Osprey, Souls, the Solana ETF, all are over 100 million, including the Fidelity Solana ETF. So some pretty significant money going into those. And really, if you just look at it kind of on a 1 month basis, a lot of the altcoin ETFs have been, I'm sorry, that was 1 year. On a 3 month basis, the altcoin ETFs are what been leading demand from an investor perspective. So just kind of jump in front of those questions. I know a lot of you want to track this space and really want to track it in detail. If you want to do it at that token level, use that group classification. Of course, once you get it built, you can save this screen, call it whatever you want, crypto, whatever, and you'd be able to save it in detail so you don't have to do those filters anymore, and it'll be available for you on your choose screen section. That's it. Quick update on the crypto ETF space. Reach out to team at ETF Action if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.